Hey everyone, thank you for joining us here today, wherever you may find yourself in the world. Thank you so much for coming. Today we have a very special webinar lined up for every single one of you. We're very excited about it. Something that we don't do very often is look at the binary option version of the platform. It is a super powerful tool because of the simplicity of binary options. And because the platform takes into account so many different trading techniques and trading methods that other platforms don't offer, it makes the binary options platform, specifically with Currency House, very, very, very powerful for traders to make money fast, and especially powerful for traders that don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to trading Forex. So for individuals looking to essentially start trading right away, make money right away, don't need very much knowledge to do so, we offer a platform that is extremely powerful for that, because number one, you can basically trade right away, and you can use the other versions of the platform like Forex to your advantage when it comes to trading binary options. So we're very excited about the webinar that we have here for you guys today. We're going to basically, number one, be going through the PowerPoint with you guys. We're also going to be recording this session, so if anything is unclear, please let us know. Afterwards, we're going to have a special treat for everybody who sticks around for the entire duration of the webinar. For those of you just joining us right now, we will be starting in just a couple of minutes. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had their seats and was fully attentive and good to go. We should be wrapping up at just about the 30-minute mark for today. If there are questions, please feel free to ask them at the end of the webinar. I'll try to stick around for as long as I can to make sure that all the questions are answered, and we'll go from there. But there's a few things that we really like to cover with you guys today. The first being basically navigating the platform. So obviously this is going to be showing you guys where to go on the platform in order to actually hit binary options. That's kind of the first level of it, the first trading level. So this is obviously just trying to find it, which is number one, the most easy thing to do, but the most important thing in my opinion, because you got to know where you're going on the platform. It can be very overwhelming for some individuals. The mobile platform is extremely simple, especially if you're trading Forex, which is what it's offered on the mobile platform. But the online platform, the laptop version or desktop version, can be overwhelming to most traders. And that's definitely probably the number one thing that causes a lot of traders to bounce off the platform, is they're a little overwhelmed when they first open it. So we're going to help you guys learn how to navigate it, and learn how to navigate it very easily. After that, we're going to jump on the platform. We're going to show you basically a couple of tricks and tools. We can definitely do a couple binary trades, but the point of doing the method that I'm going to show you guys is that you don't want to just do a trade to do a trade. You want to be smart when you do it. You don't want to just jump on and start pressing buttons, right? You want to analyze the charts. You want to analyze it both on a technical level and both on a fundamental level. And we're going to be showing you guys how to do that today. So that's going to be kind of the more intermediate pro area of the binary options trading that we're doing for you guys today. We want to show you guys exactly how to understand what technical and fundamental analysis is. Seems like two very big and confusing words. It really isn't at all, and we're going to show you guys why it isn't at all. But at the end of the day, we're making sure that you guys are going to be walking away from this webinar with some key things under your belt. Number one, finding the binary options page. Okay, we want you guys to figure out exactly where it is and how to trade it. That's the most important part. Number two, what does everything mean? This can be very simple. Some guys understand this, some guys don't. But what does it mean when we compare the US dollar to the Canadian dollar? What does that mean? So we're going to do something very basic. We're going to go over that. We're then going to go over a step-by-step process of what each interactive piece it means. So obviously how to choose what and what means what. We're going to be going over that. Then we're going to be going over the technical and fundamental analysis aspects of it. And then I'm going to jump on the platform, and maybe we can find a few binary options that jump out to us. When I have my binary options screen open, I have 20 to 30 different binary options going at once, and I'm looking through them all, trying to find breakouts and trying to find analysis and trying to see what option speaks to me as a trader. And when you start looking at them more and start trading binary options more, you're going to find that you see that too. You're going to be able to read these charts like reading a book. And they're going to start yelling at you. They're going to just yell at you these charts. They're going to say buy, sell, and that's all you're going to see when you start looking at these charts if you look at them long enough. And that's where you want to be. That's how you're going to make your money. So we're not in here to just make a couple bucks here and there. We're in here for the long haul. We're here to make some money, right? So we want to make sure that you guys have the same mentality, because that's what we want to do at the end of the day. We want to walk away from this rich, and we're here to help you guys ultimately do that. So definitely binary options is an easy way to do it. There are a lot of individuals out there that have a negative perception of binary options, and it's very unfortunate, but there's a very simple reason behind it. Number one, it is unfortunate, and I'm sure you guys have ultimately seen this before or maybe heard about it, but there is a big mentality out there that obviously some binary options brokers are shady, for lack of a better word. They rig the system. So, and I'm sure if you've done your homework on binary options brokers, this has come up a lot. We face it a lot when we're talking to our clients, and we do not do it. And the reason for this is because you can see that binary options is just one of the choices that you have when you're trading on our platform. So when you're on the platform, this is the first thing you're going to see when you either log into your demo account or your real account, right? And on the left-hand side here, you're going to see options, right? It's the third button down. Well, all those other buttons are different methods of trading on the platform. We're not just a binary options broker. We're a massive broker. We offer everything: social trading, forex trading, options trading, interactive app store that you can add to it. Everything is part of our platform. So we're not just offering binary options, which means that we have to offer real-time, actual market analysis, and to a T what the current market value is. We have to, because we just don't offer binary options. So when you hear about a binary options broker being shady, what they do is they make their own market. They don't adhere to the actual current price indicators available on the market right now. You see how Euro USD is here. So this is the evaluation of the euro. And when we see Euro USD, it's always evaluating the current price of a euro in US dollars. So how many US dollars does it take for a single person to buy a euro? Well, at this time, if I were to ask you guys, how much could I purchase a euro for right now if I had US dollars? Your answer should be 1.05. So $1.05, you know what I mean? Costs you buck and 5 cents to purchase a euro at this given time. It's not what it is right now, but at this given time, that's what it was. So let's get back to it though. So right now it is $1.059 at that given time. That is what it is in the market analysis. So if I were to go to a bank and ask them what the nominal rate is, they would give me that answer. If I asked Deutsche Bank, if I asked Barclays, they would give me that answer. If you go to a shady binary options broker, I hate saying that word, but it kind of is true, they're going to make the price different. And they do this to knock you guys off and make sure that you're not in the money, because they're taking the other side of the bet. They want you to lose. And that's why binary options has this negative perception in the market right now. But when you work with a platform like us, that's a massive piece of technology that millions of people around the world use, we have to make sure that our market indicator is exactly what the current market price is. We have to, or else we wouldn't have our customers use us. And we have to do that because we have all these different ways of trading on the platform. So it comes down to the exact same thing for our binary options. We have to make sure that our option price is exactly the same market price. So you're never going to see us knock people off of the money. If you're in the money, you're going to guess right on binary options. You're going to be in the money. So that's our guarantee to you guys. We can guarantee you 100% that we are not in here to make you lose the binary options. We want to see you guys win. And so this is the first step of that process to get you guys familiar with us. To get to the platform and to get over to options, simply go on the left-hand side here. You're going to see Forex. This is going to be the main screen that opens up whenever you guys log in. It's going to seem like matrix code for some individuals out there, but don't worry. It's really simple. You just got to look over to the left-hand side of the screen here. That big white arrow is pointing to that button options. When you press on that button, the binary options platform is going to load up. So this is going to be what you see when you open the binary options platform. This is two different binary options. For people that know binary options, this may be a little bit of a repetition, but that never hurt anybody. So repetition, father of learning, right? So it's good to renew. And for those individuals out here for a first time, if this is at all confusing, don't worry, we're going to be covering it quite a bit more throughout the webinar today. So the first option is for gold. As you can see on the top left-hand side of the screen there, it's for gold, right? Gold with a little small s. That is the current price of gold in the market. So not too difficult to understand. Commodities are pretty simple for that. A commodity is something like gold, oil, silver, natural gas, sugar, coffee, that kind of thing. Those are commodities, and they're all valued in US dollars. Very, very simple. That's what they are. When we look at currencies, it gets a little bit more confusing because when we look at a currency, we can't just look at a single currency like the euro, like the pound, because it's always just going to be equal to 1 euro or 1 pound, right? In order for it to change, we have to compare it to another currency. So that's why whenever you see currency evaluations on the platform, you're always going to see two different currency pairs. So this is the biggest one. Euro USD is the biggest traded currency pair out there. It's 100% known. But what does Euro USD mean? So Euro, EUR, stands for the euro, right? The common currency used in the European Union. USD stands for the United States dollar. It's the acronym, the United States dollar. So when we want to figure out the evaluation of the euro, what do we need to do? Well, we need to compare it to a different currency. And the currency that is most often used as a comparison for market value is typically the United States dollar. It's another very strong method of currency out there. It was the gold standard, so people use it quite often as a comparative currency. So it also has an interplay within the currency itself, because Euro USD is affected by the current market conditions of the European economy, of course. When the European economy isn't doing too well, the euro falls. When Britain leaves the European Union, the euro is going to fall. There's less people using it. But at the same time, Euro USD is also subject to the American economy as well, because the United States dollar is also reflected in it. So there's a bit of an interplay between the two. So whenever you see Euro USD, you understand that it's the valuation of the euro when compared to the US dollar. So if we're seeing the, like I said, the Brexit is a great example. If when Britain leaves the EU, they're going to stop using the euro, right? So that's going to cause the euro to go down in value. So we would see this kind of downward pattern that you guys see here on a bigger scale. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Again, if everything is too confusing, you can always just use commodities or stocks or indices on the platform. You don't have to stick to currencies. But at the same time, you just got to look at it at the first currency. You just got to figure out what's going on in the European economy. That's going to be the primary thing that moves this particular currency denomination here. So hopefully you guys aren't asleep. Hopefully you're awake. Wake up, because now we're going to get into the good stuff. So what does everything mean? Well, if you were to click and trade a binary option, this is what would look like. Currently, there's two positions struck on the binary option platform right here. So this is what you're basically going to do. These are the things that you need to worry about when you're thinking about doing a binary option. You need to worry about where this white market indicator line is going to be going next. Is it going to be going up, or is it going to be going down? That's why these two big arrows here are up and down. So this current white price right here in the middle, 1205.77, that's the current market value. So you need to figure out in what expiry time, what given amount of time will this be in the future? Will it be higher or lower than 1205.77? So you pick an expiry time, you pick an investment. Sorry, let's go back here. You pick an investment, and then you pick up or down. Okay, so looking at this market indicator line, the trend is pointing a little bit downward, but it's spiking back up. So this trader decided to pick up. They put $100 in with a rate of return of $64. Our rate of returns are much better now. They're basically all at 90%, so they're way better than this. You get a way higher payout nowadays. The payout is right here, and they picked an expiry time of 3 minutes and 17 seconds. So that means that in 3 minutes and 17 seconds, the trader needs the price of gold to be higher than 1205.77. If the price of gold is higher than 1205.77, the trader wins and the profit is added to his account. Cash money. Euro USD. So this is a little bit different. The investment the trader made was $100 US. Same thing. Rate of return is a little higher because it's Euro USD. Again, we're going to see the new platform. It's way better, way higher rate of returns for you guys. And they picked the same expiry time of 3 minutes and 17 seconds. This time they picked down because of the downward trend pattern right here. I would have picked the same thing, and they picked down. So that's why a red line was struck here. You can see a blue line was struck up here. So that's why they need that indicator to be higher, and they need this indicator to be lower. So these are the things that you're going to need to worry about. You pick your investment, you check your rate of return out, you pick your expiry time, and then you pick up or down. And those are literally the only things you can do. You're only really clicking on two things. You're clicking on your investment, and then you're clicking up or down, and that's it. And that's why binary options are so easy to do and use, because that's all you do. You're not worried about like putting a stop loss, putting a take profit, cashing out at the end of the day. When the expiry time is out, it automatically strikes your position. So no matter if you're up or down, that's what happens. And you know exactly what you stand to lose or gain because of the investment. So you press your investment, you pick what you want to lose or want to win. You know, whenever you make an investment into binary options, it's super important that you only bet what you're willing to lose. Very, very important. It takes emotion out of the trading. And if emotion is out of the trading, it makes you smarter. So make sure you do that. Only bet what you're willing to lose on every single binary investment you make. Chances are it's going to be maybe 10 bucks, maybe 20 bucks, and maybe 100 if you're, you know, really trying to get up there and you're really trying to get your money up there quick. It should be $100, but it's up to you. So, and you pick your up or down, and then you go forward. So hopefully that makes more sense. These are a couple different binary options that you guys can see. Also evaluating currency, just so you can get a bit of a refresher. Again, this is, again, the euro. So we're checking out the euro here, but this is compared to GBP. GBP stands for Great Britain Pound. Okay, the acronym for Great Britain Pound. So this is the euro compared to the pound. Down here, we see AUD USD. This is the Australian dollar versus the United States dollar. So again, it's just different ways of evaluating currencies. When you're looking at this, I'm seeing this as the Australian dollar, and I'm seeing this as the euro. So I'm thinking where the euro is heading, and down here I'm thinking where the Australian dollar is heading. I'm thinking about a binary option. So hopefully this should be second nature to you guys right now. I hope that makes sense, because we're going to keep on moving just a little bit more into technical analysis and fundamental analysis here. And then we're going to hop on the platform and we're going to do a little bit of a demonstration for you guys. And then we should be nearing the wrap-up point. We got about another 8 minutes until we're at the 30-minute mark, so I think we should be good to go. Okay, so what is technical analysis and fundamental analysis? Well, despite them being big words that traders like to use to make themselves sound smart, they basically mean two very simple things. Technical analysis is when you're using the current market indicators and the current formations in the graphs to determine what's going to happen next. So it's basically you're not using anything else but what's currently on the graphs to determine what's going to happen next in the market. It's very powerful because, especially when it comes to binary options, because you're looking at such a small time frame when you're using a binary options chart. When you're using a binary option chart in our platform, you're only looking at an hour-long snapshot of what the current market condition is. So if we look, this is both in the same time looking at the euro right now, both at the same time. So these two charts are the same. If you went to the Forex side, you would see this first chart. And if you went to the binary options side, you would see this bottom chart. So that kind of shows you how different they are when you think about them, right? So charts will tell you different things. And when you're looking at charts, they start talking to you after a while. Like I'm telling you, they're telling you buy, they're telling you sell, they're telling you make money. They'll start talking to you after you start looking at them long enough. And that's what technical analysis is. It's being able to read the charts and predict the movement of the market by looking at the charts. That's technical analysis, okay? Fundamental analysis is when you look at news releases and what's in the market currently, like the Brexit. Trading the Brexit was a major fundamental news piece that really broke the market, okay? So that's it. That's all fundamental and technical analysis is. So now you can use those words with your buddies and, you know, make yourself sound super smart like a trader. But that's all it is, really. So when you're doing binary option betting, and this is in our comprehensive guide that we have, the chances are you're going to be using technical analysis. So it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to show you guys how it's super simple, especially when we jump on the platform. What you want to do first, you want to make sure you check out our calendar, and you want to make sure that the option you're considering doesn't fall on the calendar at a specific time when you're looking at the platform. And that's very simple to do that. And we're going to show you guys how to do that too. Once you do that and you see, okay, my currency denomination, the euro is totally not in a major news event coming out today, I'm good to go. There's not going to be any big fundamental news piece that's going to swing the euro in one direction or another. Very simple to do, and we're going to show you guys how to do that. After you do that, then you look at the technical analysis side of it. So you look at where the graph is heading. When a trend breaks out in a particular chart, it means that there's a particular pattern that we're seeing the currency move in. So if you look at the top here of the euro, so this is basically comparing the euro over about a 5-day cycle. So you can see that there was a major movement downward here. this movement downward in the euro, right? It may not have been a consistent diagonal pattern downward, but the market never ever is, okay? It's always this kind of movement up and down and up and down and up and down, but it's always in a generic pattern, okay? That generic pattern is referred to as the trend. That is what the trend is pointing toward. The euro trend is pointing downward, the euro trend is pointing upward. You hear that word being used a lot. But right here on July 20th, you can see that something changed in the market, and it was probably a fundamental news piece that broke it. I'm not entirely sure. This was done a little bit of time ago. I think it was almost a year ago, to be honest. But it's some fundamental news piece right here broke it, and it might have been a piece of news that came out. Who knows? It could have been anything. It could have been the German economy was skyrocketing. Remember, the Germans used the euro. But anyways, it reversed the trend. So now the trend is pointing upward. So that's really powerful to know that, okay? The trend is pointing upward right now. However, if we look at the binary chart, because it's only an hour long, this one's evaluating a 6-day period. This is just evaluating an hour of that 6-day period. So it's totally different. So the euro chart is currently going down right now. So right here would be a perfect time to bet up for the binary chart. So if you bet up right here, because the trend on the day-long cycle is pointing upward, but we're currently at a down point in the hourly cycle, this is a primary spot to bet up on the binary trade. So if you can see here that we say in signals that we send out to all the time, the trend is currently pointing down in a particular method. We encourage a short trade. That means that we predict that the market is trending downward, okay? So if the market's trending downward, and you're looking at a binary chart and it's currently up in the hour, chances are that's an amazing time to sell it, okay? And even if the chart is still trending downward as well, you can still sell it. So sometimes you're going to see a chart that really, really, really speaks to you, and you're going to be able to move forward on it. Yesterday, because I knew this was going to happen, this webinar, I was doing a couple binary trades just on my own account. I got 4 of them right here, so I walked away with a good amount of profit actually. I think it was about like 200, almost 200 bucks. But I was just basically using these. So look at these binary charts right here, guys, and tell me where you think they're trending, right? So this is a perfect example of using the trend analysis in a binary chart. Look at those trends. They're perfect. They're perfect indicators of where the market's heading. For GBP, USD, USD CHF, that's the US dollar compared to the franc, USD JPY, and Euro USD. They're all taking USD into account. So there's definitely some fundamental piece coming out with USD right now. Maybe this was in a particular spot where the US dollar was really in decline, because that's what it is right now. The US dollar is in decline, right? And it was causing all of these currencies to look at this nice diagonal pattern. So if you were to make your expiry time a very long period, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, don't get sucked in by that short time frame, stick to that long time frame. That means that if you go with the trend, man, you're going to make some money using binary options. That's how you got to do it. Because if you're new to the market and you look at these charts, all of your instincts nothing relating to trading, but just your basic instincts would tell you to do the opposite of what's currently up. Your basic instincts would say, okay, since GBP USD is down right now, I should bet up because, you know, it's going to go up. If it's down, it's going to go up. But that's not true. If it's down, it's basically more than likely it's going to keep going down, and that's the definition of a trend. So that's what you guys should be looking at when you're trading on the binary side of it. That's what I was doing, and I got 4 trades right in a pretty short time frame there. You guys can see my expiration results are pretty nice, and that was on a live account too, so that was like 200 bucks I made in, I think it was like 30 or 40 minutes there. So you guys can see the analysis works, especially if you're looking at a technical side from the binary charts, and I definitely recommend doing that when you guys start trading binary options. Don't just jump into binary options. Don't just go crazy and start going nuts on the charts. Get a lot of them loaded. Get as many binary option charts as you can loaded up on your screen and scroll through them. See what ones speak to you. See what ones are yelling at you to go up or down. And when you feel that in you, that's when you got to make your binary bets, okay? So let's move on to the platform here, and we'll show you guys kind of how we can trade on binary. I'm not sure if I want to maybe trade any right now, but we'll see if maybe any speak to us right here as we go. So we can see there's a whole bunch of different binary charts you can use. I think the sugar market's closed right now actually, so we can't actually bet on sugar, but sugar is a binary option you can use. It's crazy. So this is the binary charts. Again, it's the same type of thing. You just have a little bit better when it comes to expiration. You can pick as much as you want. I like honestly sticking to 10 minutes because that allows you to stick in line with the trend. You can even do as high as you want, 60 minutes, 50 minutes. The higher you get, the better it is in my opinion, because that actually allows the market to move. If you do a small one, the chances are the market won't move too much because the market doesn't move in a matter of minutes, especially to the degree that you would need to binary options, because it moves in terms of pips, right? And sometimes if you're not betting during the market condition or market peak hours, chances are it won't move too much. So it's good if you make your expiration time a little bit heavier. I like making it around 10 minutes or so. So that's why I don't wait around with you guys for 10 minutes right now, waiting for the binary option to pay off. But again, if we see one that's looking very good, why not? Let's do it. Okay, so the FRA is looking okay right now. It's definitely trending downward. We saw a little tick upward here, but the trend definitely is pointing downward. It could be okay to do this one. So this is a demo account, so let's just go ahead and do it. We'll see if that pays off. Oh, we're already in the money. 85 bucks. Oh, we're down. It's going to go up a bit. That's good. That means it's right around our point right now. So if it keeps on trending down like it has been, like history has been telling us it has been, then we'll probably be in the money for that one. Okie dokie. Coffee is trending downward. I don't really know. The coffee chart looks just so weird because it doesn't really trend too much. So I don't know. If you guys ever want to see your history when you're doing binary charts, you just got to lift it up right here. And you'll see your position and your expiration result. It'll move around a lot as you're doing it. But that's why you want to keep it at 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so, just a longer period of time so it gives the time to the market to move around. But if you can see in our guide, if you're betting with the trend, it's historically proven that the expiration results will work out in your favor about 75 to 80% of the time. And that's just how it is. Sometimes the market moves in the opposite direction. Sometimes you're going to not, sometimes something's going to happen. But for the majority of the time, you're going to end up guessing right on them. So let's keep moving down and see if we can find any other ones that are speaking to us. Got oil there. Oil's kind of remaining a little stagnant. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's kind of remaining around that 47 mark, 47.11, 47.18 mark. Aussie dollar looks like it's ticking up a bit. That's the Australian US dollar. Yeah, why don't we do that? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead a bit here. We'll do like 8 minutes. Oh yeah, I just went up big time. Cool. Okay, let's do that. We'll see if we can maybe get that one right. Oh, it's moving too. That means we're at a good spot. We're currently in the money on the FRA one. Oh, we're down now. But we got a good expiry time, so they're right around the ticket. We got about 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on that one. Keep on moving down. Too bad we didn't catch that Aussie dollar with that big tick up. That would have been beautiful. Gold is kind of bouncing around a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it. USD CAD is definitely pointing downward. Wow, I got a big spike downward there. Okay, let's do USD CAD here. Let me get that FRA one up here. Euro USD is pointing up. This shows us that the US dollar, see how the US dollar is reversed here on the opposite sides? Seems like the US dollar is starting to tick down a bit, or starting to go down a bit. Tick back up, that's totally fine. Why don't we bet up on that one too then? So that's really what I wanted to show you guys. It's just so important that you do that based on a long expiry time and just look at the trend and just hope basically that it keeps on following the trend pattern. For the most part, it will. You just basically have to have hope and you have to be careful, obviously. I'm kind of just jumping into them right now without even identifying anything on the opposite side of it. But let's go ahead and look at what is going on currently in USD CAD on the Forex side of the menu and maybe see if this can give us some sort of an insight. See if the USD CAD is heading also down on Forex. So Euro USD, you can see here that the 15-minute chart isn't looking too good. That big bump today, that was caused by the the British government not cutting interest rates. Let's see USD CAD, what USD CAD's telling us. Oh, okay, so USD CAD is definitely pointing downward. So that shows you that that would be a very good binary bet to look at today. So the chart for USD CAD is for sure a downward trend right now, especially when it comes to 15 minutes. And I'm sure if we look at the 30-minute chart, so we're showing the same thing. So that's a big trend downward right there. So that's why if you hop on binary right now and look at USD CAD, you could just wait until USD CAD is pointing a little bit up and then just bet down on it. It would be a very good binary bet to start playing off with for sure. That's all I really wanted to show you guys today, honestly. I hope that everything made sense and was good to go. The last thing I wanted to go over with you guys is just a little bit of a bonus for you guys to check out here. We do offer, we are going to offer all of you guys right here, right now, our free comprehensive binary guide for Currency House. So the binary guide is 20 pages long. It's all inclusive. It's all encompassing. It shows basically everything I talked about here today. It explains everything, charts to you guys. It shows you guys exactly how to trade what, how to do what, a step-by-step process, and how to identify trends. So it's a little bit more in-depth analysis. And if you guys make your deposits right after this session, we will send you the guide totally for free. So it's up to you guys to do the next step here. The money is there when it comes to binary options. If you guys are careful, you're identifying trends on the Forex side, then hopping back into the binary side, the amount of money that you guys can make is definitely quite staggering. So it's up to you guys to take the next step, make your deposits, get that in there, and start trading with Currency House. And if you guys do that, we will get you this comprehensive guide to help you make the next step. So next is up to you guys. We really hope that webinar was informational for you guys. If you do have any questions, I'll definitely make myself available for the next 5 minutes or so. But we really hope you guys enjoyed the webinar today from all of us here at Currency House. Have yourself a fantastic week, a fantastic Friday, and an even better weekend. Thanks, guys.